This morning, I had a nice omelet. You know how people say, how'd you like a nice piece of pie and nice, and it starts out with nice? And I mean it. It was a nice omelet because it's easy. You just have eggs and you put stuff in it and you, I don't know what I'm doing right here. It's folded over. But some food isn't nice. This is what I've learned, is a lot of food is work. And I don't know why it's necessary, but a case in point, pistachio nuts. Are you with me on the pistachio nuts? Oh. Just even, and I like the way it sounds. Say it with me, pistachio nuts. Pistachio nuts. It sounds nice, but they're so not pleasant to eat. I was at a soiree the other night. Yes, a soiree. It's a it's a party, but it's a party where you don't know whose house it is. But that's what a soiree. You don't even know who to apologize to the next day. So anyway, I'm at the soiree and bowls of pistachio nuts, which and thank God it wasn't the kind with the pink dye that your hands end up pink for days and days. It's like that money that explodes when you rob a bank, and you can't get the dye off of your hands. Anyway, so it's the regular pistachio nuts, and I think they're tasty, but when you're trying to open those pistachio nuts, they're like crazy glued shut. It took me like an hour to eat 2 of them. I had in an hour, and it turns out they were art pieces. They weren't pistachio nuts, which is probably why everybody clapped when I opened one. But I'll tell you, and another food, again, that hard work is artichokes. And people love them. They bring them out. I'll never pretend to even understand the allure of the artichoke. But the petals, there's nothing on these petals. You get more off a bicycle pedal than, trust me. But they bring them out like, ooh, artichokes, you dip them in the sauce. It's all about the sauce. I mean, I could dip my library card in there and get just as much satisfaction, Really, artichokes, it's just an excuse to eat mayonnaise, isn't it? That's what it is. And the Dungeness crab, that's another thing, which is delicious, deliriously delicious, the Dungeness crab. The only drawback to that is eating it. That's the only problem with the Dungeness crab. It is, why does the hardest food to get at has the smallest reward? Have you noticed that? It's like a bad relationship on a plate. That's what it is. Is this worth it? That kind of thing. It's like whenever you need tools to open something, Dungeness crab, you have that thing on there, and you need pliers, you need a corkscrew, you need a bib, you need safety goggles, and an assistant. And then they give you, this is the tiny fork. You know how they give you the tiny fork for the crab? To make it fancy, but it's really just to make you think you have a bigger bite. So everything looks to the size I got. Really, because sometimes they split them partially for you, so you think you can get to it, but then there's more in the little bend, and you're trying forever. I've never felt more like a primate in my life, just trying to... It takes too long to open up those things. You cannot hold a job and eat one of those things. You don't have the time. And I won't even go into the coconuts. Those are. I assume no one here works with explosives. I don't know how we even learned that there was anything inside of a coconut. How they even figured that out? Because you're slamming it on the cement, you're hitting it with a hammer. It's amazing they didn't give up, and I'm sure there's something delicious inside a coffee table. I'm positive. What's not hard work, what I think it's a vacation food, is a banana. The banana is the perfect food, in my opinion, because it comes in its own wrapper. They're fun and easy to open, easy to share, adapts well to bread. I easily could become a bananatarian.